polish, the way that you open a shoe polish, for those people who've never done their shoes or used it on sculpture, you just turn the key and it pops the lid. For people who don't know, who have never done that, you struggle a long time to get that stupid thing to open, and it won't. Then to make it lay flat, you just put the key back down. You get a little bit on your toothbrush. There's a bunch of toothbrushes. I would recommend, if you see one that's kind of cleaner, if you could leave that for this paste wax, that would be lovely. The ones that are more dark, they're black or brown, and they're pretty interchangeable, really. So I'm going to go over, and it takes kind of some elbow grease. Actually, I'm going to go over the yellow and to just see if the yellow is a different color than the black. Now, if I wanted this black slip to actually be black and shiny, I would need to fire it with glaze. So this is not really going to give you super shiny, although it can get shinier than this, but not super black, I guess.
So the glaze can go like directly on the shoe polish?
No, the glaze can go directly on the slip. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's the slip.
Before hiring?
You would get it out of just right now, like this piece right here. If it had black slip on it, I could put a clear glaze on it. Let's do, I don't know what they're firing. I'm recommending that you don't glaze. My recommendation is based on lots of experience of failures by students who don't have a lot of experience with glaze, and then you try it on your final pieces, or even these maquettes, and you don't really have enough time to figure out glazes. They're very fluctuating. You have to learn how to use them. And so my recommendation, because of the quickness of this class and the amount of variety you can get with just these materials, I would highly recommend that you gear towards these materials. However, if you have a strong desire to glaze, then definitely use your samples to glaze, because it will take that much to even have an idea of what you might get.
But you would never put a glaze over the shoe polish, right?
No.
Okay.
These are surfaces that are done.
Okay.
So these are not going to go back in a kiln. They're done. And that's kind of cool. You only have to fire it one time. It uses a lot less energy. And the pieces, you have a lot more control over what you get. This glaze is pretty unpredictable if you don't have a lot of experience with it. And, it's kind of cool. This is the brown over the black slip. Brown shoe polish over black slip. And then this is the yellow slip inside there. So you can see there's, on the highlights, just a little bit of a different sheen, or a different color, a little bit. You see it? So that's the brown. So I'm just going to write on my, what I applied during the second firing with applicable. So I'm just going to say not applicable, because I'm not going to fire it again. And then what I applied in the cold temperature surface, I'm going to say brown slip. Wax shoe polish. Okay. And then maybe I'll also apply, this is not how I would usually do this, but for lack of easier quantities, I'll apply this black as well. Get a sense for what the difference is between the black and the brown. Kind of interesting that the black slip is purple, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe unexpected. It fires black when you put glaze like that. It's kind of like when you add water to Kool-Aid. Have you guys made Kool-Aid?
Yeah, once in a while.
I just never know.
Once in a while during the summer.
There's a lot of people who have never made Kool-Aid. Yeah.
It was mostly sugar, if I
Oh,
remember
I
correctly.
got it. Sugar and color.
Red Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I've tried red Kool-Aid. Every other Kool-Aid, no, it's only red.
Yeah, red. Well, when you got the powder, right, it was pretty light,
Yeah.
and then you added water and it got very dark. And that's the same thing that happens with this.
Oh.
It's like the water is the same as like the glaze. So this is the black. We'll see the difference here. It's probably not going to be huge, but it's enough, right? That is a different color. And you could blend it. You could do parts in the brown and parts in the black and kind of go back and forth, and it might be kind of interesting. Give you less uniformity. Sometimes uniformity looks weird, like almost less natural. Like if something is painted all the same color exactly, it can look very odd. Or not, just depends on what it is. And then this is the paste wax. Whew, this stuff's stinky.
So the shoe polish smudge after
No.
you put it on?
It sets. And it's just, it's kind of wax, it's like wax, so it really just sets up and then, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't really get much. Close that. Stinky. So you can see the paste wax kind of just, it's like a thin, clear lick. So that's the paste wax over slip. You need to, whatever one you put slip on needs to have a coat of something. It can't just be slip. Slip is still very, very porous, and anything that touches it will get absorbed into it, and it's kind of nasty. So you need to absorb, it needs to have something on top of it. So if you want it to still retain most of that same color, then the paste wax is this is a good way to go. Okay? You all feel pretty comfortable with shoe polish, paste wax, that kind of stuff?
Would that be similar on Terracid if you were to put like those shoe polishes over Terracid? Would you get a similar effect, do you think?
No,
No.
it's different. I want you to just try stuff. Okay, and in order to close these, you have to have the key back down, otherwise they don't close. It's a really, actually kind of a cool design. It's just, you have to know how to work it. Okay, the next thing I wanted to show you is pastels. I'm gonna take them over here. Put them back over there. Pastels are cool because you can, see. These are the same. They're just, one is kind of, it's probably better to do this in a little dish or something. Maybe I'll just, you got one? Hey! Nice. What is inside of you? It's fairly innocuous, maybe. Don't drink it. Okay. Yeah. That's okay. I'll do it on the table and then you guys can get little dishes. Alright, so I've just scraped this out so it's a little bit powdered. And then I can just use the brush and paint with it.
Could you use watercolors?
Wow.
You can use watercolors, yeah.
Seems like it'd be similar.
Mm-hmm. So this is an option to get a lot of color. And the cool thing about it, this is on top of Terracid. The cool thing about it is that it wipes off. So you can kind of use it as a tool for highlighting certain areas, if that makes sense. And then you can also mix the colors. You're not limited to just what you see, you can kind of make your own.
Will this look the same on top of slip?
Yeah.
That would be a great experiment. Who's gonna try it? I really do want you to just experiment and see what happens. And you have a lot of body, so you can try, you know, this a little bit and then try something else a little bit on the back or something like that, and just take notes about what you do.
Could you once put the wax on top of the pastels after you painted it on?
I would just recommend trying it.
But you have to
Will it
spray
fall
that.
apart?
Yeah, right.
So the one thing about the pastels is that you do have to spray it, because otherwise it just wipes off. It's just pigment on top of the, and so it doesn't like soak in or anything like that. So you do have to spray it. I have mixed this with paste wax before, like grated it and then mixed it with paste wax. That's an interesting surface. It's subtle, but it's kind of tinged. It's kind of cool, kind of different.
Could you possibly mix like makeup powder?
Oh yeah, I've definitely seen makeup powder used. Yes.
When you said spray.
And glitter. I've used what?
Oh, sorry. When you said spray, were you like with hairspray or like what kind
Oh,
of spray?
I have some spray. Mix it in.
Oh.
Or fix it. It's like
Fix a teeth. Right.
Try it.
I have to make sure this is, because I one time bought the wrong one and it was white. It was like a spray, it was like matte, but it was white. Anyways. No, it was this, but it was white. It was weird. I've never seen it happen either, so I was shocked. But what you would do is, let's say I'm done. I would take this far away into the woods somewhere or something. I would have it be maybe like a foot away and spray. Don't go too close because it'll eat away at your color. Okay? Yeah. I have more of this, so I'll put that out a little bit later too. And you can use like the back of a instead of the table, you can use the back of a, you know, like a lid. It's a really good place to mix different colors. I also use a slab.